Hi, Charles Cherney here. And now that we are on the other side of the August 17, 2024 NAR settlement date, the question has arisen in the minds of many regarding whether or not they need a buyer's agent in a real estate transaction. So I want to address this question. So yes, it is a question that's on the minds of many, since with the result of this settlement, there is the decoupling, if you will, of the buyer agent commission and the listing agent commission. Now, there have been many people online who've made the point that these have always been negotiable, but we understand that generally speaking, for most markets over many years, commission's been accounted for both buyer and seller agents in the listing agreement by the offer of compensation being presented to the buyer's agent via the listing agent via the seller. So now we're in a new world. And as a result of the settlement, now if you wish to see a home by appointment with a buyer's agent, you need to be in a written agreement. And of course, these written agreements are going to specify what you as the buyer are to pay your buyer's agent if you purchase the home that you are considering. So it's a lot to take in. Many people are a bit overwhelmed by it all, but at the end of the day, it just comes down to whether or not you wish to engage the services of a buyer's agent in your search. Myself and my business partner, Maggie D, are working with buyer clients, and they have engaged us to be their agents in their search to buy, and they're comfortable with that decision and are owning it and feel it's the right decision for them. So I just wanted to share with you what we do if we are retained by you as a buyer to be your buyer's agent. So, first and foremost, to sort of state the most essential point, we will expertly guide you through the process of buying a home. Our aim is to help you buy the right home and to make sure that in that journey from first consultation to closing, we're right by your side as an expert guide, giving guidance and assisting you along the way in making right decisions leading to a right result. So consultation is the first step, getting a sense of your search and asking good questions that help you better understand some essential aspects that you're going to need to get a handle on to be an informed buyer, understanding your price range, perhaps getting you in touch with a lender for a pre-approval letter. And if you're a cash buyer, helping you better understand what the proof of funds looks like, taking measure of where you're looking and what you're looking for and the specific requirements of your search and your wish list, and understanding your price range and making sure you've got a good handle on that. Again, for us to do a consultation and to ask good questions and help you better understand your search and equip you to be successful in this regard. Yes, you can do these things alone. I'm just here in this video to describe what we do and why people hire us because they find the services we offer to be valuable. Once we've had that consultation, and by the way, that initial consultation is tweaked over time as your search continues forward. So it's not a one and done sort of conversation. The conversation's ongoing as you learn things about your search, as you move forward in it. And, we're in it together and we're listening, still asking good questions and tweaking as needed. But at some point, we'll have had the consultation, executed the buyer agency agreement, and answered questions that you have. And then we'll begin to see homes by appointment. And as a buyer, you may choose to get out to see a number of homes at open houses, but we're working together. We're in a communication channel together, and we're utilizing our experience. Myself, I've been an agent for 25 plus years, and my business partner Maggie D has been an agent for 8 plus years. So we have a lot of experience, largely in the Cambridge and Somerville market, but as well in some neighboring markets. And so we can bring to your search everything we've learned from the many transactions we've been a part of and the many properties we've seen and have experienced. So we bring a lot to the equation as your guides, since we know a lot, have seen a lot, and are engaged in the market on a regular, everyday basis. At some point, there's likely going to be a home that you're interested in making an offer on. And by the way, if we don't think it's the right choice or we have real concerns, we're going to tell you about those concerns and not just nod our head yes because you're interested. Very often we have a client that seems very keen on something, and then when they hear us out, they realize maybe we should keep searching. Be that as it may, at some point there will be a contender you'll be interested in pursuing with making an offer on, and then we'll do a valuation analysis to help you better understand if, in our opinion, the property is priced high on the mark or low. And, help you understand the terms and conditions that are going to inform your offer. If then the offer is made, we're going to be involved in the negotiation and advice and counsel aspect to this equation by, helping you sort of strategize and own the approach that you're taking. We very often will know the listing agent for the seller from our own experience and might have additional insight that we can share with you. But basically, our goal is to give counsel and advice to help you put yourself in the best position to win if you're in a multiple offer situation, and if you're bidding alone without competition, to sort of strategize and advise you accordingly so that you're in a process that leads you to a winning result for the best price. And so, you would argue that applies even in a multiple offer situation, but obviously in those sorts of situations, there is likely going to be a premium sale price that's beyond analysis, and it's just about buyer desire to own the property. Our goal in that regard would be to help you sort of get close to understanding what that desire is on your end and whether or not you're in a financially comfortable place to own that kind of offer. So, but again, that's all part of negotiation, advice, and counsel in the offer process, and then there can be some back and forth with the other side. And, we can, from experience, offer guidance on how to proceed in an ongoing negotiation with the listing agent for the seller. So, and then once you have an accepted offer, you might be looking to us for a recommendation for any of a number of professionals, be it a home inspector or a real estate attorney or someone else needed in the process that you need to have into the home to see it and understand an issue or concern. And mind you, sometimes you'll look for guidance on these professionals before making an offer. You might be having a pre-offer home inspector consult before making a bid. And so it's not as if those people and those resources are not readily available to you from the beginning. They are. And then through the entire process, we're involved in transaction management and consistent communication with you as our client, just to make sure that you know when milestone dates are approaching and are on the ball about meeting them. And, we can address and answer questions as they come up along the way, just to make sure that as you complete this process on the journey to closing and beyond, we're there to answer your questions and be of service. So, you're never going to convince someone who's decided they don't need a buyer's agent to get one. And that's fine. There are for sale by owners, by the way. So it happens on the seller side that some sellers feel they don't need a listing agent. So it should come as no surprise that some buyers feel they don't need a buyer's agent. That being said, just as most sellers will hire a listing agent to sell their home, it's been our experience in our marketplace, which is largely the Cambridge and Somerville market here in Massachusetts, that most buyers will retain an agent to be their buyer's agent in their search to buy a home. And so, it is sort of normal. It's just that we're in a new world since the NAR settlement, August 17, 2024. And in that new world, many people are, asking the question anew with the decoupling of the buyer agent commission from the listing agreement. And, we'll see how it plays out and to what extent sellers and listing agents are still offering some compensation to the buyer agent. It's going to be situational and depends on the address, and we'll see how that goes. But what we're discovering is that we are working with buyers who understand there is a buyer agent commission that they, as the buyer, are responsible for if the seller is not offering to cover it. And they're comfortable owning that decision because they want expert guidance. They want to make informed decisions. It's, for most people, if not the biggest, certainly one of the biggest financial decisions in their life. And they therefore want to get it right and not get it wrong. And they're looking for an expert guide to give them confidence, counsel, and allow them to be successful in their journey to closing and arriving at a good result. So I've got a link in the description below with more information on the suite of services that myself and my business partner, Maggie D, offer. Reach out at any time by text, telephone, or email if we can be of service to your search and help you with your goal to buy the right home. Be in touch. Take care.